Welcome to AG Chelsea TV. This is the YouTube channel that will bring Chelsea fans the latest news of the club in our hearts. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Chelsea secure first dibs on £15 million Starlet as exciting transfer deal almost done. Chelsea co-owners Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital have previously talked up the prospect of a multi-club ownership model. Those plans were put into action earlier this year when they bought a stake in League One outfit Strasbourg. Boehly described the model as a way for talented youngsters to get onto the Chelsea pitch while getting them real game time. It seems as though one particular starlet has been singled out as having what it takes to feature in the first team at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's input in the move was crucial, as they supposedly see the 20-year-old as a player with massive potential. The relationship between the Blues and Strasbourg effectively means that they will have first dibs on Silla if he progresses as expected. The 6'2" defender has gradually made his way from the academy into Club Brugge's first team, making his senior debut for the Ivory Coast last year. Silla successfully negotiating his way from Chelsea's sister club into their senior ranks would mark an exciting development for supporters, who could see more wonder kids tread the same path over the coming years. Juventus could offer swap deal involving PSG target to sign Chelsea star. Juventus could still offer Chelsea a swap deal involving striker Dusan Vlahovic in order to beat Inter Milan to sign Romelu Lukaku. This according to today's print edition of Milan-based newspaper Corriere della Sera, via FC Inter News, who report that the Bianconeri could use the 23-year-old Serbian international as their ace in the hole to win the race to sign Lukaku. Inter are really starting to accelerate in their efforts to sign Lukaku from Chelsea. The Nerazzurri have still not had an offer accepted by the Belgians club. However, they are getting closer and closer to meeting the Blues' valuation. And Inter are hoping that they can secure a deal by some time early next week. Inter do not want to wait much longer. Their pre-season training is already underway, and later this month they head out on a tour of Japan. The Nerazzurri will want to have Lukaku at the disposal of coach Simone Inzaghi very soon. However, a major obstacle that could present itself is the competition of Juventus to jump in and sign the Belgian. Pochettino prioritizes keeper signing for Chelsea with targets from Aston Villa. Chelsea remain in the market for a new goalkeeper to usurp Kepa Arrizabalaga in the pecking order. According to a report that has highlighted two of their options, Kepa reclaimed the starting goalkeeper role for Chelsea last season, which has led to the sale of Edouard Mendy to Al Ahly. A new shot stopper should arrive at Stamford Bridge this summer, but it could be to relegate Kepa to a backup role again. In that regard, TalkSport has just reiterated that Chelsea are interested in Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa. Mauricio Pochettino rates his fellow Argentine very highly. The new Chelsea head coach has made it a priority to find a new first-choice goalkeeper in the current transfer window. There have already been links with Martinez, who now seems to be a genuine target at Stamford Bridge. Martinez was Argentina's main goalkeeper when they won the World Cup in December. He previously played for Chelsea's London rivals Arsenal, without getting too many chances to prove himself. In his time at Aston Villa, though, Martinez has made a big name for himself. Therefore, Chelsea could try their luck at buying him out of a contract that is scheduled to last until 2027. Furthermore, they would have to persuade Martinez to sacrifice involvement in European football, which would be on offer at Aston Villa but not at Chelsea. Rhys James suffers fresh injury scare before Chelsea head to USA for pre-season tour. Rhys James has had a scan on his knee ahead of the club's pre-season tour to USA, according to reports. The 23-year-old endured a miserable campaign with Chelsea in which he was restricted to just 24 appearances as the club floundered to a 12th place finish. James had a number of injury issues throughout 2022-23, including 2 knee injuries between October and January, and as such Chelsea fans will hope that this most recent scan is nothing more than a precaution. James is still expected to be included in the Blues tour of USA, where they will face Wrexham, Brighton, Newcastle, Fulham and Borussia Dortmund, with the issue believed to be just a minor concern. As per The Athletic, the report claims that the player felt some pain during a pre-season training session, prompting the scan in order to ascertain the extent of the damage. As well as knee problems, James also struggled with hamstring problems, with one in particular ruling him out of the final 7 games of the season, not long after he had returned from a layoff as a result of a thigh problem. His knee issues had ruled him out of contention in Gareth Southgate's England squad for the World Cup in Qatar. Liverpool threatened to join Chelsea in Moises Kaisado race as Reds rocked by Saudi plans. Liverpool will reportedly join the race to sign Brighton star Moises Kaisado if both Fabinho and Jordan Henderson depart this summer. Both players have been the subject of interest from Saudi sides recently, and the pair are said to have agreed on respective lucrative deals in the Middle East. Jurgen Klopp made it no secret heading into this summer that he would like to rebuild his midfield, allowing James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Naby Keita all to depart as free agents to create space in his squad. The Reds welcomed the arrival of Alexis Mac Allister from Brighton early in the transfer window before activating the £60 million release clause in Dominic Szoboszlai's contract at RB Leipzig. However, they are now preparing to dip back into the market if Henderson and Fabinho opt to become the latest stars to head to the Saudi Pro League. According to TalkSport, if both players are sold, Liverpool will consider entering the race to sign Brighton star Kaisado. Chelsea are frontrunners to secure the signature of the Ecuador international at this stage, though they have not reached an agreement for the playmaker despite weeks of negotiations. Brighton value Kaisado at £100 million and are willing to hold out for such a fee after seeing Arsenal fork out £105 million for Declan Rice, who they rate similarly to their number 25. However, Chelsea were hopeful of striking a deal for around the £75 million after their verbal bid of £60 million was rejected promptly earlier this summer. Liverpool would hope to earn at least £50 million from the sales of Fabinho and Henderson if both deals are concluded, despite Al Ettifaq previously being hopeful of signing the latter for a minimal fee. Klopp is said to have approved of the departure of his club captain, though the Reds will demand a suitable fee for the England international given he has 2 years left on his contract at Anfield. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.